Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am Fohammer, and this is my Stormhammer's Hinterlands campaign, Contract 2, Track 1. So, before we get started here, I just wanted to show you something real quick. I was messing around in TTS and just making sure everything was set up and doing some test rolls. And look what happened to this die here when I did a test roll. It landed on one of its edges. That's just incredible. You know, it didn't hit anything else. It just went straight up and down, and that's how it landed. So it's kind of strange how that happened. I hope this is just a one-off thing. Let me just re-roll this guy again. And yeah, it looks like it's okay. So just weird how the physics just kind of like glitched out there for a second. Anyway, so let's pick up where we left off last time. So as I mentioned, this is my second contract, and this will be the first track of this contract. So let me go back over to my ledger here, and I'll get you guys up to speed on where my mercenary company is at. So as you can see here, we basically left off at the end of track 2 in my first contract here. And you can see here in May 3151, I got my full combat pay plus the bonus for winning all objectives in that last track. That moved me up to Reputation 3 for winning the track. Then I had to repair my Star Slayer, rearm it, as well as repair the Regent and rearm it. You pay a flat 20 SP rearming fee for any mech that does not have the ENE attribute, meaning it has all energy weapons. So in some capacity, you're reloading some type of ammo, whether it's missiles or autocannon rounds, machine gun rounds, things like that. So these are also the Star Slayer is a mixed technology type, and the Regent is a clan type. So anything that's clan or mixed has a 1.5 additional repair cost. And the Star Slayer did take structure damage, and the Regent was just armor damage. So that's calculated into there. But as you can see, I had 100% coverage for all of my repair costs and the rearming costs, so that just zeroed everything out. But just so tracking that, and as part of the Estrios reclamation contract, a side that wins 2 tracks in a row is automatically the winner. And that was the case in this contract. So the other side basically conceded, and I won the contract. But because that happened in month 2, the third month still has to be played out. So that's where you get June 3151 here. And I still had to pay, or I still got my base pay, but also still had to pay my expenses. And then the note here, you actually gain 2 reputation for winning the contract. So now I'm at a total of 5 reputation. So that's the end of the contract. Between contracts, then I decided to go back to Almo Tessin, whatever the name of it. This is basically the Clan Sea Fox hiring hall. It was basically the same distance going to there as it was going back to my original starting location, the hiring hall of Kanderseg. But I opted to go here because you can see in the next line, I actually joined the 21st Centauri Lancers. So this is something that you can do in the Hinterlands campaign, where basically you can sign on to be a support group for another mercenary company, or in the case of the Shadow Blacks, another criminal organization, pirate organization. So there are some, you're not actually the 21st Centauri Lancers, you're not like being absorbed by them, but you are like a support unit. So you're kind of like supporting their efforts, running contracts, basically, in their name as a support unit. So the requirement here is you have to have never broken a contract, never participated in piracy, be at least scale 2, which I did scale up to scale 2 automatically because I went above the 150 point value for all my mechs, and have your reputation of 3 or more, and also have the Spirit of Core special command ability, which I did get that when I was between contracts. Basically, that ability means that you no longer have to force withdrawal if your mech is crippled, and your pilots are also not subject to morale checks. If there's a few skills that where they basically have to make morale checks and things like that, but they're basically not subject to that with this skill. So, I traveled to Almo Tessen, met the above requirements, joined the Lancers, basically in good standing. And the benefit here for basically joining is as a condition of being a member, I also could never break a contract. That also includes using the escape clause of a contract. And I could also never commit any acts of piracy, or otherwise I'm immediately dismissed. So the main benefit here is that you're basically treated as having one higher reputation when negotiating contracts. And it could also exceed the maximum reputation allowed to negotiate. The maximum number of reputation that you can have or use normally for contract negotiation is your scale times 2. So at scale 1, you can use a maximum of 2 reputation. At scale 2, you can use a maximum of 4. So this basically lets me use a maximum of 5 without having to go down on anything. More to come on that in a second when I talk about the contract. You also get a discount on some command abilities if you decide to take them. Night specialization, environmental specialization clear, ground attack specialization for aerospace units, which I'm not really using aerospace units in this campaign, just kind of trying to keep it simple. I may in a future campaign, but not for this one. You also have access to a special list of battle mechs that you can purchase here, as well as combat vehicles while you're on planet. Some of these are really good. Like the Battlemaster C is a really good assault mech. The Rifleman 2C has it's okay. It's got 3 damage, I think, at all ranges, but it's got a crazy 18-inch jump movement because it has strong jump jets. So it's really good for flanking using jump jets and basically trying to get into enemies rear arc and doing extra damage that way. Basically part of the support group for the Centauri Lancers now. Also did a few other things. I did formation training for Command Lance. So I basically now have formed a Command Lance. And what that does is it gives certain free pilot abilities. And these are free, so they don't actually count towards ones I've actually purchased. The negative to this is that if I go down to less than 3 units on the field during a track, I lose all of the benefits of having a command lance. So actually, I'm just going to put this in here so I remember. Command lance. So my CO, Heinrich, gets Tactical Genius. That allows him to, once every other turn, re-roll initiative if we lose, but we have to take the second result. I gave Combat Intuition to Astrid. She basically has the ability to, every 3 turns, be able to resolve her movement and her firing before another unit has a chance to react. So what that does is normally combat happens after movement, and it all resolves at the same time. This allows her to move and fire and potentially destroy a unit before it can respond and fire back. So that could be big. Also, one of my new pilots that I'll get into here in a second, Sarah, I gave her Bloodstalker. And these can actually change a little bit. There's a couple different options. I think one of the other ones was Marksman, and there was something else that you can choose from off the top of my head. This is all in the Alpha Strike rulebook under formations. But I gave her Bloodstalker. What that means is at the beginning of combat, she declares, it's almost kind of like a... what do the clans call it? Not a patrol, but a Zellbriggen, basically, where they, target a specific mech and they basically have to, keep firing at that until it goes down. In this case, it gives her a -1 modifier to target that mech, but if she targets any other mech before that mech goes down, they take a plus. She gets a +2 modifier. So basically, making it harder to hit any other mechs besides the one that she declares as her target. And there is a rule too that if she loses line of sight to the target, she can declare a different target as being the target of her Bloodstalker ability. So going back to the ledger real quick, again, but hired 2 pilots because again I have 4 mechs, so I need pilots for them. I also trained Heinrich up to skill 2 and Estrid to skill 3. On any of the hiring halls, you pay a base 50 SP for your maintenance fees instead of the normal value that you're at. And I'll get into the contract here in a second, but I've also traveled to the planet. This is something that changes when going up a scale. So now travel costs are basically doubled. So every jump now costs 100 SP. It's basically the original cost 50 times 2. So each jump is 100 SP plus a base of 100. It used to be 50, but times 2 is 100 now. So yeah, basically more mechs to move, more personnel to move means increased costs. Base pay and maintenance also goes up. It doubles. So it used to be 500 for base pay and maintenance. Now it's 1,000. It's doubled. And I think that's it. So just kind of covering those changes here. So getting into the contract, this is in July 3151. So if we go back here and into the hotspots section, actually, I think it's up higher. Let's see. I think it's under playing campaign. Where is it? Time between tracks. Oh, here it is. So yeah, we're in July 3151. So again, a few things have already happened. I won't read through all of this. I think I covered a little bit of this last time. But the hotspots that are available, it actually doesn't list it here, but Acts of Piracy is always available. We got Chahar, Estrios, which we did last time, so I'm not going to do that one again. It's basically, for role-playing purposes, it's basically like off the table now. Krevechi, Mississauga, Karenga, gosh, some of these names are really hard to pronounce. Magarad, and then Toland. So I won't go into all the details here, but I was kind of torn between Chahar and Krevechi. Those are ones that focus a lot on the aftermath of the Jade Falcon clan Jade Falcon pulling out and the Lyran Commonwealth kind of like reestablishing itself within these former worlds. So it's a lot of like Lyran on Lyran type contracts. So I was kind of torn between these. I did choose Chahar, and I'll scroll down here to that in a second. Although I might, if it's still available in the next section, I might try and see if I can pick up the Krevechi one, because that's a good one too, just for role-playing this kind of like former Lyran mercenary unit that's kind of trying to redefine what the Lyran Commonwealth is and trying to support some of these offshoot, not rebellions, but like new movements within the former Lyran worlds. So Chahar is basically, an Earth-like planet. It's breathable, temperate atmosphere. This is one that actually has been under clan rule for over a century now. I think it fell to the Jade Falcons like around the time of the Civil War or Jihad era. So I won't get into all the details here, but basically now that the Jade Falcons have left, they're trying to reestablish what this world means to its neighbors and how it's trying to define itself. So the Council of 8 Gurus, this is a planet that is very heavily into the Hindu faith. It's also a heavily industrialized world, and the Council of 8 Gurus is the ruling council, basically. Their goal here is that after or during the oppression under Khan Malvina Hazen. A lot of like holy sites within the capital city of Benares were destroyed and basically torn to the ground, and a lot of them practiced their Hindu beliefs in secret. But following the collapse of the occupation zone, they're now reestablishing their day-to-day operations. And one of the things that happened here is that there is an information service on the planet called Daedalus Information Services, and they were basically under Malvina's rule transformed from kind of like a benign research and development center for the science cast to basically researching nuclear weapons. And they developed a nuclear arsenal under Malvina's direction. So those weapons are still around, and the Council of Eight is looking to basically solidify their hold on these weapons so that they can disarm them. They don't have a lot of money, as you can see from the contract here. Base pay starts out at 70%. Support is actually pretty good. It's battle 10%, meaning that they'll cover for the full repair cost plus 10% of any the purchase price of any mechs that are destroyed. Transportation is 0. Salvage rights are incredible, 100%. That means but any mech that you destroy for them in this contract, they're either going to pay 100% of the salvage cost, so it's basically free for you to salvage, you just have to repair it, or if you choose not to salvage it, they're going to pay you 100% of its salvage cost. So that's big either way. And then command rights are house, which is like a +2 modifier. And then the reverse side of the contract is basically working for Telshire Industries. The CEO of the company, one what is his name? Ashard Chahar, I believe it's pronounced. He's basically the CEO, and he's looking to reestablish Chahar as a industrial center, and wants the nuclear weapons to basically. He doesn't want to use them, but he does want possession of them, and trying to secure the access to those, so that it basically can like increase his power and help reestablish Telshire Industries as a big regional player. They're a big arms dealer in the Lyran Commonwealth, and this is like a big opportunity for him to be able to kind of solidify his hold on that. So again, there's always like gray area here. Do you trust, either of these factions with nuclear weapons? And, I kind of opted to go for supporting the garrison contract here, the Council of Eight Gurus, just because with the Telshire Industries, I think kind of represents the capitalist status quo of the Lyran Commonwealth, and they are definitely trying to support sides that are more, looking to the future, and also being the ruling government there, that they don't necessarily want to go against that. But again, the contract is a little bit worse, so I had to use my full negotiating power here. So again, I have 5 points that I can play with, including the one that I get for being part of the 21st Centauri Lancers, but I also chose to go down 4 levels on command rights, which would bring me to the integrated level here, so that I can go up 2 levels. So I basically went up 3 levels in from 70 to 100% on base pay, just so I'm not losing any money. I again went down 4 levels from house to integrated on command rights, stayed at 100% salvage rights, stayed at battle 10%, but I also wanted to make sure I had my travel costs covered, because if you look at my ledger over here, I'm basically broke. I have like literally just under 200 SP, so I did a lot of training, didn't buy any mechs or anything, so I just have 4 mechs, which I'm going to have to field all of them for these contracts, but I'm hoping I can get some salvage here, or at least get the money from this salvage, and try to restore my war chest here somewhat. So yeah, basically wanted to make sure I had my travel costs covered because as you can see, it basically doubled. So I had to make 6 jumps. So yeah, that's 600 SP right there plus the base 100. So yeah, that was big to make sure I had that covered. Otherwise, I would not have been able to afford that. And I'll cover that in more detail if we ever cross that bridge. But basically, if you go negative, you're basically in debt then, and you have to start like selling off assets to basically repay that back. There's different ways that you can do that, but and again, I won't get into all the details now. But if I ever get to that point, I'll show those rules in the rule book and figure that out when we get there. But anyway, so I'm now on planet. And a couple other things that I want to cover real quick before we get started is that the Hinterlands rulebook actually did get updated. So it's actually in the second printing now. They fixed a lot of errors. There's still a few errors in there that they hadn't fixed, but at least there's not as many as there were before. Also, one thing that we realized we were doing wrong, not just for this, but also for the league that I'm in, doing a Hinterlands campaign, that for the converting Alpha Strike to hex map rules here, we were actually doing the area of effect templates wrong. Basically, a hex is 2 inches in Alpha Strike, and we were thinking that, especially for like artillery, that it uses the 2-inch template, and we were thinking it only applied to that one hex, except for the long time, which would be that hex and the ones around it. It's actually not correct, as you can see here. The 2-inch area of effect template targets the hex that it lands in and all of the surrounding hexes. And the 6-inch area of effect template targets the hex plus 2 more hexes outward. So it's actually a radius of 6 inches, not a diameter of 6 inches like we thought. So yep, just clarification there, and I'll make sure I do that going forward. I also noted in the last video I made a couple of errors. I will go over them here, but yeah, just things I'm gonna kind of watch out for, make sure I'm doing all this right. I don't think it would have affected the outcome of the contract, but basically I did a scan when I couldn't have done it, and I also forgot to roll for some of the sinkholes on the last turn. But anyway, so that's it. Getting into the contract portion again, we talked about the contract. So this is a 6-month contract, and there's 6 tracks. Rather than just playing through all of them in order, which is an option, I just rolled for it. So in the first month, there's going to be 4. I rolled a 4, so there's going to be 4 tracks, 4 missions. So we're basically not going to go the full 6 months with combat, but this track or this contract does require that you play at least 6 tracks, and the 6th one always ends with the flashpoint mission, which I'll get into more once we get there. I don't want to spoil anything right now, but basically the victory condition is that the contract automatically concludes after 6 tracks are played. So there's no further tracks, and whichever the opposition concedes basically after the 6th track, if whoever wins that. And again, kind of with the similar with the last contract, there's no tracks in the last month, so we still receive our base pay to complete our contracts. There are some temporary, or there is a temporary hire option here, as well as options for purchasing mechs. This is a little bit different. Instead of you rolling on this table every month, it's after each track. And whatever mech you roll stays available until you roll again. There's also some options here that if you're on the raid side, which supports the Trailshire Industries, that you basically get a discount. You pay the cost of 2/3 of their listed SP costs if you're on that side of the contract. I'm not, but on the garrison side, we pay the full price for any mechs that we purchase, but we do have an option of that we can refit one of our existing mechs with some clan technology. And for Alpha Strike, it basically means I choose one unit upgrade. If its long range damage is greater than its medium range damage, add 1 to its long range damage and 1 to its point value. Otherwise, add 2 to its overheat to a maximum of 4 and add 1 to its PV. So few things there. What else? Command complications we'll get into a second when we roll for that. I also rolled for the map sheet. I did also roll for the what type of contract. So we're playing pushback. I'll get into that in a second. And the map is going to be Park District. So I kind of chose a city map that has like kind of some parks in it. So it's got a lot of buildings, but there's also some like woods and stuff available for cover. And pushback is this one here. So I'm the attacker. So basically the Gurus is going on the offensive here. They want to try to suppress some of the shenanigans that the Trailshire Industries are up to. So we're on the attack, and we're basically trying to hem some of their forces in. So the defender picks a short edge as their home edge, and the attacker picks one of the perpendicular edges, so one of the long edges, as their home edge. I also get 32 BSP that I can use on vehicles per scale, so that's 64 at scale 2, to use for a vehicle force that would basically come in on the opposite excuse me, the opposite edge that my mechs come in. So basically we're going to be coming in from opposite long edges trying to hem in the defenders. Defenders can set up anywhere on the battlefield, but must be within 12 hex, or must be at least 12 hexes away from their home edge. So it's basically like half the map. I'll get into that in a second. I've designated their force commander. Objectives. I have to cripple or destroy 75% of their force, cripple, destroy 100% of their force, or cripple, destroy the commander's unit. Meanwhile, they have to have at least half their units survive until turn 6. Cripple, destroy at least 75% of my forces. And complete the other 2 objectives and have the commander survive. Those are their 3 objectives that they get various points on. No special rules are in for this track other than that it ends after 8 turns. So basically, they get this hold the ground if they have half their units survive for 6 turns in Alpha Strike, but the match actually goes for 8 turns. So there's 2 extra turns based or after they potentially win that objective. So I think that's it. I've already rolled for the opposing force here, so let me go back to TTS here and I'll show this to you. So again, here's the map. Defender is going to pick this edge as their home edge, and I think I'll have my units, my mech units, come in from this edge that's closest to my side of the table. So that means my vehicles will come in from the opposite side over here. Got the Alpha Strike card set up. Their commander is in a Cataphract. He's a skill 2. This is a Cataphract 5L, so it's got some decent armor and structure here. Case, rear 1-1, and it's got reflective armor, which I think does a -1 damage. I'll have to look that up here in a second. For anything that... it's got like a -1 or something like that for all damage, unless it's an energy based, which I believe reduces half. I'll pull that up in a second just to make sure I got the rules right. Then we got a skill 3 pilot in a Panther 13K. Not too much going on here other than it's got strong jump jets, which actually adds an extra 1 to its TMM. So when it's jumping, it'll actually have a TMM of 4 and also gives it extra range on its jump. Then we got a Wasp C. This one is all energy based here. 221 for its damage, but only 2 armor and 2 structure. And then we got a Rifleman 7N 333 for its damage here, overheat 1, and then case 2 and flak, but that only applies to aerospace units, so nothing to worry about there. Both of our forces are well below the basically, if you're below, you got to have for scale 2, the maximum number or maximum point value that you can field is 200. We're both well below that, so we're both getting the maximum of BSP we can get, which is a +5 for being under the cap. So at scale 2, you both have 10 BSP to work with, so they'll be getting 15. But because they have more skilled pilots than I do, they basically have a skill 2 and 3 skill 3 pilots, whereas I only have 1 skill 2 and 1 skill 3. I'll actually get 4 more BSP. So they have 15 BSP to work with, and I have 19. They got a light strike, 2 light strikes, a heavy strike, long time artillery, light air cover, and heavy air cover. Whereas I have over here, I opted to go with strafing, heavy strike, light strike, heavy air cover, two heavy air covers, a light air cover, and a heavy density minefield. Let's see. So I think that's it, other than just rolling for command complications. So I am integrated, so I actually have a +3 on this roll. So no matter what, there's going to be a command complication for me, because 1 to 3 is the no complication, and then I'll roll for them in a second with a straight roll. 6. So I'll be 9. So I think in that case, I actually roll. If I check the sheet over here again in the Chahar. So command complication. So 8+, roll twice and apply both effects. Do not re-roll no complication, but re-roll any other duplicate effects. So basically, I got to roll 2 more times. Also applying the +3. So basically, I have to take like 2 of these effects. So, and I re-roll any duplicates. So let me go back over to TTS. +3. Okay. Another one. Jeez, what's with the 6s here? Okay, 1. So that's a 4, and then I'll re-roll again. 4 and a 5. So 4 is you were ordered to take part in surprise early morning operation due to fatigue. Running and flanking MP are reduced by 1 for all your units for 3 turns. For Alpha Strike, it's -2 movement on all units for 3 turns. Damn, that's crazy. Okay, and the other one was a 5. One of Trellshire's many warehouses has been raided. Your opponent gains a Demolisher battlefield support asset in their force. Okay. So I actually included that because I thought that might be an outcome over here. So I actually have this all set over here. So I got the Demolisher. I just chose a Demolisher heavy tank Gauss variant. So let me lock this down. So they'll actually have a Demolisher on their side as well. And now they got a roll for their command complication. This is just a straight roll. And a 6. That is... you've been betrayed by someone on your employer's staff. A third of your battlefield support rounded down to a minimum of 1 and chosen at random are given to your opponent. So a third of your battlefield support rounded down. So looking over here, a third would be 2 of their battlefield supports. So I'm just going to roll twice. I'll roll 1d6 and just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight across for what they are going to lose here. And of course, I'll re-roll any duplicates. So a 2, that's a light strike. And 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a light air cover. All right, bear with me 1 second here. I'll move these over to my side of the board. So I got an extra light strike and an extra light air cover. All right. And one more thing is I have the heavy density mines. So this I'm just going to use one of these flags here. So I'm going to use these to mark each of the hexes. So I think I'm going to use this as area of denial. So I'm going to, I think, target this hex here as being the center. So it would go out 2 hexes from there in each direction. So I'm just going to mark all these hexes with a flag then, just to make sure. Right there. And right there. I'll mark the buildings too, just in case if they do go through those hexes, that they still have to roll for it. Let me make some extras here. 2 right there. It's a lot of hexes to cover. I think I got like half of it covered. And then, come on. There. There. And there. There. 2. Yep, and I think just this one. And this one there. That should be it. So yeah, pretty big area there, covered by the heavy density mines. And I believe that is they take 3 damage if they roll through there. So yeah, that could be pretty bad. But it's only 1. So basically, if they go into any of these hexes and sets off, the whole thing is gone. It's not like for each individual hex. But basically, what I'm trying to do here is give this area of denial so that they have to go around and basically not use this area to be able to retreat. And they know where it is too. So now to put their forces out here. Again, they have to be outside of 12 hexes, which this is 15 hexes wide. So basically, anything that starts with 03 on this side of the map, they have to be in. So I think I'll put him, commander, I'll put right there. Swasp is a sniper. Oh wait, that's actually on top of the building, so I'm going to put the Wasp up there because he's got jump, and I'll put the Cataphract down here. Yeah. Rifleman, I think I'll put here. Panther, put over here. Panther has jump too. Maybe I'll put him on top of a building. I think I'll put him up. Actually, you know what to start with? I think I'll just put them down here. I won't put them on top of the buildings to start with. Okay. And then the Demolisher. I think I'll put him right there. Yep. Okay. So that's their starting force. Now my mechs are all going to come in on this side. And I have my sheets marked. And the tanks that I have, again, I have 64 points to play with, so I have to take a SM tank destroyer and a medium bulldog here. I could have gone with larger units, but I think having some units that are maybe a little bit faster, especially this one being hover, excuse me, might be a good tactical advantage there. And these guys, I'll put them on this side of the board. So they'll come in from that direction. And my mechs will come in on this side. Okay, I think we are ready. So we're going to roll for initiative. I got 7. And they get a 5. So I won initiative. So I do not have double the number of units that they have. So I think they're going to move 1. I move 1 because they got 5 units to my 6. Yeah. So let's see. Oh, I got to deal out cards here. I'm sorry. I was forgetting about that. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 snipers and a striker. So let me shuffle these guys up. So striker goes here onto the panther. And cataphract, wasp, rifleman, and demolisher. We'll flip these over. Okay, so going first, lowest number goes first, 236. So it's going to be the rifleman is going to go first. So if first, ground movement to 30 inches or 15 hexes and line of sight to most enemy and woods cover from most enemies. Well, there's no enemies on the board yet, but I think what he's going to do is he's just going to try to move away as far as he can. He's got 8 movement, so basically 4 hexes that he can move. Also, because this is an urban environment, we are playing with the skidding rules in effect, as well as rules for damaging buildings. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Basically, if they have partial cover and it misses by 1 or 2, that will damage the building that they're using for cover instead. So we'll have to keep track of like what buildings get damaged and stuff like that. But anyway, you can move 4 hexes. So I think what he's going to do is he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Try to get some partial cover, and I'll keep him facing the same way. All right, now I have to move one of my units. I think I'm going to bring the bulldog on, and he's got a 4 hex movement as well. I'm going to bring him on here, I think, and he's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Oh, and the skid rules for Alpha Strike only if you're sprinting on roads, or if you're a tracked vehicle and sprinting, that counts as having to make a roll, which I think is your skill plus your TMM. And you have to roll above that to avoid a skid. Otherwise, bad things happen. So, yeah, I'm going to try to avoid sprinting if I can. All right, so that's my movement. Next is going to be, I think, the cataphract. Yep, so ground to 24 inches, 12 hexes from nearest enemy. Well, nearest enemy is going to be the bulldog. And again, he's going to want to maintain firing arc. So he's got 8 inches of movement. So that's 4 hexes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What was it? 12 hexes? Yeah, 12 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he's basically going to try to get like pretty far away. But the only way he can do that and still maintain line of sight is by going this way. It's going to leave him open to a rear shot, though. But the way the Alpha Strike rules work, though, is that they don't mind leaving their rear arc open as long as they're still targeting their closest objective and they are getting to the location that they want to be at. So they'll give up an extra point of damage if it means that they can fire on someone and be trying to get as close to their objective as they can. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, I think 4 to there, because that'll give him partial cover from the bulldog. And I think he's going to face this way. So it's going to be harder to get into his rear arc. All right. Now I got to move one of my units. Let's see. I think I'm going to bring the Crusader on. And they have 4 hexes of movement. So Crusader, come on, right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there, I think. Actually, they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 into the woods. That'll also give them rear firing arc on the Cataphract. They're also going to declare the Cataphract as being their nemesis, or whatever you call it, their Bloodstalker target. So they'll get a -1 on targeting the Cataphract. All right, back over to the opposing force side here. So next is going to be the Wasp at 617. Wasp, stand still if you have woods cover from all enemies and at least one enemy within line of sight. They do have one enemy within line of sight. That's the Crusader. And they do have cover from all enemies, at least all enemies that are on the board so far, because they are going to have partial cover from the Crusader. So yeah, I think they're just going to stand still and they'll face that way. Oh, I need to put some movement die out here. I keep forgetting to do that. Okay. So Crusader has TMM of 1. The Bulldog has a TMM of 1 as well. Cataphract has TMM of 1. And the Panther, that's going to be a standstill. So I'm just going to take 6 out here. And I think that's every one that I've moved so far. Oh, I did move the rifleman too. Rifleman is TMM of 1 as well. Okay. Let's see. The wasp just went. So next, I think next I'm actually going to have my let's see. I think I'm going to have my regent come on the board. He's going to come on this way, I think. Sure, have him go after the rifleman. I think he's going to try to go after the rifleman. So I'll be... he's got 3 hexes he could move. So yeah, he's going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. And he's also got a TMM of 1. Alright, next, I think all that's left is just the Panther and the Demolisher. And I think Demolisher is going to go first, yeah. 848. So, standstill of no enemies within 18 inches or 9 hexes and at least 1 enemy within line of sight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he does have an enemy within. So he's going to move ground to 9 hexes from all enemies. So that's going to put him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think he would go this way though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If he goes right there, he'll be out of line of sight from the Bulldog and... Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I did this reverse. I just realized that the Wasp is over here. It's the Panther that's over here. So I did this reverse. All right. Let me do this, and then I'll revisit the Wasp. So 9 hexes is going to put him right there, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, he's actually going to have to be even farther back. He's going to have to be like right there. And I think that would break line of sight, yeah. So it's going to leave him open. Yeah, because either way he's going to be in range of the Bulldog or the... Yep, I think he's just going to back up then, and he's just going to go... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think he's going to go right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, he's going to go right there. And I guess no matter where he goes, it's going to be rear arc. I'll just face him like that. He does have turret, though, but... Yep, that's all right. Okay, so revisiting the Wasp. The Wasp, I did that wrong. I was moving the Panther. So, stand still if you have woods cover from all enemies, at least 1 enemy within line of sight. He does not have woods cover from the bulldog. So it's going to jump into woods cover from most enemies. And he's got a jump of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think he's going to just jump to there. It'll be a jump, and he's got 3 TMM with the +1 for jumping. Oh, and then a Demolisher, he's got a TMM of 1. No, did not mean to copy that. All right. Yeah, I accidentally did the Panther there. So now I gotta move one more of mine. Actually, I think he's got... Yeah, he's only got... I got double the number of units that he's got now. So I would have to move 2 on my last one, which I think would just be the... Star Slayer, the Banshee, and the Destroyer. Actually, I think I gotta move all 3 of them. Alright. Panther... Jump if lowest health enemy has not yet moved to where woods cover from most enemies. Who's the lowest health? Lowest health is going to be the SM Tank Destroyer, so they have not yet moved. Jump to where woods cover from most enemies. Yep, so he's here. And he's actually got quite a bit of range on him, so he's got 16 jump, so 8 hexes that he can jump. I think he's going to play it safe, and he's going to jump this way. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. That'll be a jump, and he's got strong jump jets, so that'll actually give him a +2 on that. So he should be at TMM of 4. Yep. Okay. I actually think that's all of their units moved. Yep. So I gotta move all of my remaining units. So I think I'll move the Tank Destroyer on, and they have a 8 hex range. They're also hover too. 8 hex range, 3 TMM. So I think he's going to come on here. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. 3 TMM. And let's see. Star Slayer and Banshee. Okay. Banshee, I think, is going to come on here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Face this way. He is going to use combat intuition since we won initiative. So he's going to fire onto the rifleman. So that's skill 3, medium range 4-5, partial cover for the building. So that's 6, 7 for move. And at medium range, that's 4 sets of dice and hitting on 7s, I believe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. So 4 sets of dice hitting on 7s. And got 3 of them. No criticals, though. Alright, so 3 damage to the rifleman. It's a little bit smaller. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then I can't use it again for 3 more turns, which will be turn 4. Oh, and TMM of 1 for the Banshee. And then last is the Star Slayer. And he's going to come on... He's got 5 hexes he can move. He's going to come on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. And he's got TMM of 2. Okay. Firing phase. They lost initiative, so I'll have them fire first. I'll just go in order here. Can destroy for the cataphract. I don't think they can destroy anything, so lowest TMM. And they do have rear firing, so lowest TMM that they can see. It's going to either be the Crusader or the tank. Going to do more damage to the tank, so I think it would target the tank. So skill 2, range is going to be medium range, so that's 4, 5 for his movement, 6 for partial cover. So I think he's hitting on 6s, and he's got 4 sets of dice he can roll. Let me just double check math here. Skill 2, range is 4, 5 for movement, 6 for partial cover. Yep. So 4 dice hitting on 6s. Got a couple of them. Got 2 of them. Yep. All right. 2 damage to the bulldog. All right. Next firing will be the Panther. Firing can destroy and lowest health. So can't destroy the Bulldog, but it is the lowest health. So the fire on the Bulldog, that's still going to be medium range. So skill of 3, 2 for jumping. So that's 5, 6 for his movement, 7 for partial cover because of the intervening building, and they're at a level 1. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. 7 at medium range, it's 2 dice. Oh boy. Got them both. 2 more damage to the Bulldog. Not good. Okay. Next will be... Oh, you know, I was doing the Wasp. All right, well, we'll just do the... Since I was the Wasp, I'll just do that. So the Panther can fire now. I think it would have been the same. Lowest TMM, lowest range. Yeah, so I keep getting those two mixed up. So now we'll do the Panther. Panther is can destroy, lowest health. Let's see. These are level 1 buildings. So yeah, I think he's still got line of sight because he can see over the buildings. So actually, I just think it would be partial cover then. Yeah. So skill 3, 4-5 for jump, 6-7. Skill 3, 4-5 for jump, 6-7 for range. Oh wait a minute, I think I did that wrong, didn't I? What did I roll for this over here? I guess it wouldn't matter because they were both. Because it should have been skill 3, 4-5, 6-7, 8-9. It should have. I don't think I was including the range in there. It should have been 9 because it was medium range. So actually, it only should be 1 for the Bulldog from the Wasp. Let me get rid of this one here. Yep, there we go. Yeah, for some reason I blanked out there and I thought it was short range. It was no modifier, but okay. So skill 3, 4-5 for jumping, 6-7 for range. 8, I think it's going to be the same. 8 for move, 9 for partial cover. And that's 2 damage as well for medium range. So 2 more dice hitting on 9s.
So you're just bringing a drawstring bag tomorrow?
And both of them miss.
You sure
Okay. Flecked out there. Next, Rifleman. Can destroy, lowest TMM, no cover. Okay. Only can't... He's basically got 3 targets he can fire at. And they all have the same TMM. So no cover would be next. Highest threat would be after that. They all have cover. So highest threat is going to be highest damage. And that at medium range would be 6. That would be the Regent. So he's going to fire on the Regent. So skill 3. 4-5 for movement. 3 or hang on. Sorry. Skill 3, 4 for movement, 5-6 for range, 7 for partial cover. I think that's right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Should be 7s. And 3 sets of dice. Hitting on 7s. And looks like just one of them. Yep. So Regent takes damage. And I think last is the Demolisher. And Demolisher is going to target, can destroy, highest TMM, no cover. So 4 damage. I don't think he can destroy... Nope, he cannot destroy the main intake. So highest TMM... Well, he can't see any of the... You can't see the tank destroyer over there. Oh, I should keep track of this. Turn 1. So I think he's just going to fire onto... I think he's just going to fire onto the Bulldog. So, skill 4, nothing for range, 5 for his movement. I think he's just doing 4 sets of dice, hitting on 5s. Yep, 4 sets of dice, hitting on 5s. Could be bad for the Bulldog here. Oh boy. It's 4 damage. All of them hit. Oof. And that's also going to be a critical there because it's going to damage structure. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now roll for the critical. 6. 6 on vehicle is no critical. Whew, lucked out there. All right. So that's it for their firing. So now Regent is going to fire on the rifleman. So that's going to be 2 skill, 4 for range, 5 for his movement, 6 for partial cover. So 6 dice hitting on 6s. Do I want to use overheat? 6 dice hitting on 6s. Actually, if all 6 of them hit, that'll destroy them. You know what? I will. Give me that 1 extra there. So I'll do overheat 1. And I'll roll 7 sets of dice hitting on 6s. Let me double check. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 7 sets of dice hitting on 6s. Six of them hit, so he is actually destroyed. And I do get to roll 1 critical here because it did damage structure. So just see what happens here. 5. 5 on a mech is no critical. Okay, but he is destroyed. And that is a sniper, which is this deck here. I'll take him off the board. And I'll get my little smoke thing. Okay. So next would be the Banshee already fired. So that's done because that was his combat intuition. Crusader. The Bloodstalker has the -1. They're going to target the Cataphract. So skill 3. Oops, I flip this back over. Skill 3, nothing for range, 4 for his movement. I think that's it. Skill 3, 4 TMM, nothing for range, nothing else in effect. Actually, it's going to be 3s. I forgot because the Bloodstalker, and you know what? I think I'll do 2 overheat. That'll put him in a bad situation next round. But if he's hitting on 3s, I might as well try to get all the damage that I can. So that'll actually be 6 sets of dice at short range, hitting on 3s. Yep, 6 hitting on 3s. And all of them hit. And there's a critical there. Oh boy. So 6 damage to the Cataphract. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I roll again for the critical. 9. 9 is no critical. So he lucked out there. Okay. Next is Star Slayer. Um, where's my Star Slayer? He's going to fire onto the Cataphract as well. So he's a skill 4 pilot, though. So 4, nothing for range, 5 for his movement. And at short range, it's 3 sets of dice. I think I'll do the overheat 2 on him as well. So that'll be 5 sets of dice. Hitting on 5s. Crazy. Double check that. Overheat 2, 3. Yep. 5 dice hitting on 5s. And all of them hit. Yep. Oh boy. I think he's dead actually. Nope, not quite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He is under fourth withdrawal though, so next turn he's going to have to try to flee off the map. And actually, that will give me my points for pushback, cripple, destroy the defender commander's unit right here, cut off the head. So that gives me 150 points. Switch back over here. Okay. So we did the Star Slayer, Tank Destroyer. Tank Destroyer is going to target the Wasp. Actually, it's the only thing you can target. So skill 4, nothing for range. 3 more for the jump. Yep. So 7s. And they have... actually, you know what? I was doing that wrong for these last two. I totally forgot their +1 for the rear arc. So I'll do one more for the Crusader. One more set of dice, hitting on 3s. Got it. So that'll actually be one more for the Cataphract. Actually, he might be totally destroyed, yeah. And then the Star Slayer, that was skill 4, 5 for movement. Nothing else there. So one more set of dice, hitting on 5s. Ooh, and that was another critical. So yeah, he's destroyed. And I get to roll one more critical. That's another sniper. And one more critical. Oh, boxcars. That is unit destroyed. So that's basically like a head hit. So this unit is totally destroyed, and that means it also cannot be salvaged, unfortunately. Okay, D for it's totally destroyed. Ooh, that's big. Yep. Okay. It's not at 75% of their forces though yet, so so I'm not getting that one yet. Where would you leave off? Tank Destroyer. Tank Destroyer, again, it's going to be in the rear arc of the Wasp, so that'll be an extra +1 there. So it's 5. or 5 for short range. The actual roll, though, is going to be skill 4, 5, 6, 7 for his jump, and that's it. So 5 dice hitting on 7s. Oh, that was almost another critical there. 5 dice hitting on 7s, and it looks like 2 hit. Yep, that's it, just 2. This one was almost another critical, though that just rolled over to a 5. So 2 onto the Wasp. That's all of his armor, though. He takes 1 more structure damage, and he'll be under force withdrawal. And then last thing is the Bulldog. Bulldog cannot see the Wasp because there's level 1 intervening, and they're at the same height. So the only thing he can fire on is just the Demolisher, and that is rear arc, so I'll give him a +1. So skill 4, nothing for range, 5 for movement, and short range with the +1. So 4 sets of dice hitting on 5s. Oh my god, another critical. 4 of them hit. And I got that critical. That was almost another critical there, too. So, 4 damage onto the Demolisher. 1, 2, 3, 4. And roll for another critical. It's a 7. 7 on a vehicle is no critical. Okay, lucked out there. Oh boy, that was not a good round for the opposition here. Oh, you know what? I actually have not been using the battlefield support. So I like to do this at the beginning of the round. There is no official rule for when you're supposed to use it, but just so it doesn't alter the outcome, I think I'll do it now anyway, just because I want to make sure we get it in this round. So that would actually destroy the medium tank if it hits the heavy airstrike. So yeah, I think they'll use the heavy airstrike. It's a target number of 6 to hit. But I also have a heavy air cover, which will block on a 5. So let me roll 2d6 here, and I need a 5+ to block it. And got it. So blocks their heavy airstrike. I'll flip that over. Thanks again for Dynamis for adding these cards in here. It makes it a lot easier to track what you've used, what you still have, and stuff like that. It's more in line with the actual tabletop where you have cards for the BSP. Just makes it easier to track what you have and just flip it over for, what you've used. So that'll be the BSP used for this round. And I think we're back to initiative. So 5, and this is round 2. And they got a 6. I lost initiative, but I think he's going to use his tactical genius to re-roll that. So we're looking to beat 6 then. But I have to take this result. And I can't use it again for 2 more turns. Oh my god. Well, it's still lost 4. Okay, so I have 6 units left to their 3. So I have to move 2 units each time. Let's see. The Bulldog is technically not under forced withdrawal yet. He would need one more, but I think I'm going to start to try to pull him back anyway. And actually, let me look at the rules here. Attacker. Yeah, so he would have to go off his home edge. Again, he's not under forced withdrawal, and again, that because I have the Spirit to Core, it excuse me, sorry about that. He actually doesn't have to withdraw, but I think because he's only got a little bit of health left, I think I'm going to try to pull him back, and he's got 4 hexes of movement. Yeah, I think what he's going to do is he's going to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Just try to get out of cover as much as he can. Oh, I need to flip these cards over too. So sniper and sniper and striker. Striker, sniper, sniper. All right, got to move one more unit. I think I'm going to move the Crusader up. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. That'll be my 2 units moved. Now they got to move one of theirs. And looks like it's going to be the Demolisher moving first. So if first, ground to 15 hexes and line of sight to nearest enemy and woods cover from most. And he's got a movement of 3. Well, basically, he can't get into a spot where he can see the median, the bulldog. Um, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3. And he's going to face this way because he's going to try to shoot onto the Crusader because he's already moved. Okay. I got to move 2 more of my units. Let's see. I'm going to move the Regent. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he's got 4 hexes of movement. No, he's only got 3 hexes of movement. Do I want to sprint him? Hang on. Let's think about this. 1, 2, 3. And his sprint would be, what is it, 6 inches of movement? That would be 9 inches of movement. Or basically like 4 hexes. Is it worth it to get 1 extra hex and do the roll on 2, 3, 4? I don't think he can really get anywhere, and that also means that he wouldn't be able to fire if he sprints. So, yeah, just in case, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 to there, and I'll face him. This mech is a little weird on its facing. I basically go off the way the feet are positioned, so this is the front of the hex that has the blue on it. So we'll have him face that way. If you see the blue on the front there. Yep. I do also like these. Another shout out to Dynamis for including this new um, unit, this whatever you want to call it, unit spawner over here. This lets you basically put any filters that you want in here, but be able to generate a miniature and a card based off of this. And these miniatures are just like really awesome. As you can see, some of these are like, these look like actual tabletop miniatures that are like hand painted and everything, that have somehow been scanned into TTS, into 3D models. I mean, just look at the detail on the terrain and stuff here. And you got some other ones over here, like the the wasp here is like that too. Look how look how detailed this is. It's a really cool looking Kellhound style paint job there. And then of course the Regent. Look how cool this is with the glow on the cannons and stuff, and you know, the really cool lava base there. Yeah, it makes these miniatures look like really cool and really pop out. I know the other ones are like, these are all the ones from like Mech Warrior Online and like the Hairbrained Schemes mechs, Mech Warrior Online, Mech Warrior 5 Mercenary. So they still look cool, but they're kind of like, they're very static. You know, they're just kind of like standing there type pose. Again, they're not bad, but again, look at the Star Slayer here as well. Looks really cool. Looks like an actual like tabletop, you know, miniature there that's been painted up. So yeah, you can't customize the paint jobs on here, but it's just a nice level of detail and lots of different poses, so they look a lot more dynamic. Again, shout out to Dynamis for getting that to work. All right, so let's see, where did I leave off? I moved the Crusader. I moved the Regent. Oh, and I moved the tank. So I got to move one more this round. And I think that's going to be the Banshee. And again, I can't use this until turn 4 again for the Combat Intuition. But they have a 4 hex movement. So I think they're just going to go 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. We'll just face them that way. Okay, Demolish removed. Next will be the Panther. They're going to sprint if no enemies within 24 inches. Well, there are enemies within 24 inches. So ground towards nearest enemy you can get behind. And they have a ground movement of 10 inches or 5 hexes. So can't get behind anyone. So, wrong one. Ground towards lowest health enemy. Again, that would be the Bulldog. But moving on the ground, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could get to there. I think you would say, because I think it's more than 2/3 cover there for the tank. I don't think he can see him from there. But no matter what, I think he's still going to target it. And, whoops. It says ground, though, but he can actually get there if he jumps. And he does have jump. He's actually got a 6-inch. Oh, no, not 6 inch. 8-inch jump. And the Bulldog. Yeah, this guy's hex is kind of like messed up. Why is it not lining up right? Yeah, I think I would have positioned him like that. So at least no one can get into his rear arc. And he's got 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he could get to here, but still not rear arc, though. And does the Bulldog have a turret? Yes, it does. So yeah, I think he would actually jump, and he would jump to here. Let me make sure that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. I'll jump to there. Okay, now I gotta move my last 2 units, which are the Star Slayer and the Tank Destroyer. So, Star Slayer. Let's see. He's got 8 hex movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He can't get into. Well, I think the hover tank is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. I'll just face that way. Team up of 3. And last is the Star Slayer. Jump of 5. One, two, three, four, 5. Now, these buildings, let me look at the rules here because I'm debating whether or not I want to jump onto one of the buildings here. Urban combat. Where is. Okay. So these are all going to be residential buildings. And medium is basically the equivalent of like sturdier buildings, warehouses, offices, apartment complex. So we'll say it's a medium residential. So it's only got 2 construction factor, and weight capacity is 4. So meaning it can support up to basically an assault mech on it. Yeah, so I think he'll jump onto the building because according to the rules here, it will support its weight based on weight capacity. Let me just double check here. Building weight capacity. Each building has weight capacity limit based on altitude. This table is tonnage. For example, a light building weight capacity 2 can support up to 2 light size 1 mechs on it. Okay. So yeah, basically it at a medium it can support 4 lights or 1 assault, and the Star Slayer is a what? I think it's a heavy. No, actually, I'm sorry, it's a medium. So yeah, it's good. So I think I'm gonna have him jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll face him that way. And nothing special. Oh, you know what? Crap. I forgot. I just realized I forgot this guy had reflective armor. What is the rule for that? I think it's like a -1 on like all of the crap. I might have actually messed up big time there. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Sorry about that, people watching at home. Yeah, this is the downside of playing aces is you got to remember all these rules yourself, and sometimes you overlook some of this stuff. I know I've been kind of bad with that lately too. Shoot. Oh no, that's about special abilities. What do we want? We want special abilities, and I think it's gonna be under. It's not rear firing. You know, it's under going to be optional abilities here, and reflective armor. Reflective armor. Um, reflective armor is resistant to damage from energy weapons, including flamers, but more susceptible to physical. If a unit with this special is struck by air to ground, strafing attack, or by weapon attack unit with the any special, or by an attack using half its damage. So I don't think it was struck by any. Cataphract was not struck by anything that had E, right? Nope, I don't have anything that's E. Okay. Have its damage for applying it to a minimum of 1 point of damage. On the other hand, if the user suffers from physical attack, double the damage applies. For all other attacks against the unit with reflective armor, reduce the total damage by 1 to a minimum of 1. Okay, so based on that, I think it just would have negated the. Shoot. Okay, yeah, I messed up big there. Let me figure this out. Okay, so I think it would have negated the rear damage on what was the Crusader and the Star Slayer. Uh, the Star Slayer did get a critical on it though when I re-rolled that when I missed. So not destroyed. Remove 1. Shoot. Okay. Yep. I think so. Actually, I think he's still in the fight because I'll just take off those 2 points of damage that it did. Take off the critical, and I'll put him back on the board. That's actually going to change things here. Shoot, I messed up big time there. Sorry about that, people at home. I would still get the 150 because he is crippled, so he is going to have to make his way off the map, which is going to be towards this home edge. So he's going to have to use all of his movement to get there, and that's 4 hexes. So we're just going to have him go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the best he can get, and we'll just face him that way. So he's going to basically like duel it out with the Banshee here. And he'll have a TMM of 1. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, but he's still in it. He's still in it. And he's a sniper, so let me just pull a sniper card out from here. It won't affect it because he is under forced withdrawal, but it does change who he could potentially target. But I think he's going to target the Banshee no matter what. But we'll get to that when we get to firing. Okay, so that's Star Slayer. So, last one to move is the Panther. So, sprint if no enemies within 24 inches. There are enemies within 24 inches. So, ground to nearest enemy you can get behind. He can get behind the Star Slayer for sure. And he's the one with the strong jump jet. So he's got 5 ground or 8 jump. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, yeah, he can get behind the Crusader. It says to use ground, but I think in this he would actually try to jump. So yeah, I think he's gonna jump to there. And he's got TMM of 4 because he's got the plus 1 for jumping plus the extra jump 1 for the strong jump jets. Okay, I think we're all good now. Sorry about that. All right. It's now firing phase. I lost initiative, so I'm going to try to use some BSP first here. Uh, what can I hit? Who should I hit? Well, the Banshee is almost certainly going down because he just needs 2 more there. Who else can I target that would be beneficial? The Panther. The Wasp needs 1 more to be under force withdrawal. Well, no matter what, I can't do enough to damage the Panther to get him under force withdrawal. But I could damage structure on the Wasp or the Cataphract. I think I'll do the Wasp then, and just needs 1 point. So I think I'll use one of my light airstrikes, target number of 5 for 1 damage. Do I have anything over here that can block? Oh shit, yeah. He's going to use his heavy air cover, but it's going to need a 9 in order to block my light strike. So let me flip that over. 9 plus for the heavy air cover. Missed it. He's got a 6. So light strike, I'm now looking for a 5 plus for 1 damage. Got it. 1 damage onto the Wasp. And that's a critical roll. And that'll put him under force withdrawal. Let's see. 7 is MP hit on a mech. So MP hit, half movement and half TMM. So he's going to have a TMM of 1 now. And he's going to have 6 for his movement next turn. All right, and then they can use something here. So I think they're actually going to try to use their long tom artillery. Target number of 9, and it'll do 3 damage. This is the big one. So 3 damage. Who would they target? Who's going to give them the most benefit here? I mean, the Bulldog, but... You know, actually, I think instead of using the long time, because the problem with artillery is that it deviates. There's a lot of mechs that are really close here. There's a lot of risk of friendly fire. Unless they maybe target the Star Slayer. But Star Slayer has no damage, so it's not really doing anything there. Yeah, so I think they'll just target the Bulldog. Just try to do that extra damage. Light Strike... Target number 5. Do I have anything I can defend with? Actually, yes. I have a light air cover. I had 2 light air covers. Uh, and to defend against a light strike, I would need a 3 plus. So it's almost an auto, just as long as I don't snake eye it. Ooh, that was close. But yeah, that'll use my light air cover and their light strike is gone. So all they have left is the long time artillery. All right, firing phase. I lost, so I'll go first. Regent will fire onto the Panther. 2 skill. 4 for the jump. So that'll be a 6. Short range. No rear arc. And he's got a +1 for the previous overheat. So 2, 6, 7. Yep, 7 and hitting on 7s. I don't think I'm going to overheat again. So 7 dice hitting on 7s. Not great, not bad either. 3 will hit. No critical though. So 3 hits onto the Panther. That does strip all of its armor off. Not under force withdrawal yet. Alright, next will be the Banshee. Banshee will fire onto the Cataphract. So, skill 3. Nothing for range. 4 for his movement. So I think he's hitting on 4s with 4 set of dice. Do I want to overheat him? Just need half of them to hit, and he'll be destroyed. You know, I think I'll just leave it at that. So 4 dice hitting on 4s. And got all 4 of them, so he is destroyed. And I do get to roll 1 more critical here. Let's get to return fire. Six. Or no, 8. I'm sorry. 8. It's an 8. 8 on a mech is a weapon hit. But that won't take effect on next round, but he's going to be destroyed anyway. Okay, Banshee, Crusader. Oh, and I think the Crusader would have declared the Demolisher as the new... actually... No, because he declared the Cataphract. Cataphract is still up, but I already moved him this way. Again, I did kind of mess up here, but I'm not going to go back and redo the movement. I'll just take the penalty then. It's going to be... actually, no, because he lost line of sight to him. So yeah, he can declare the Demolisher as being his new target. Okay, so skill 3, -1 for the Bloodstalker. Oh, wait, did I say skill 3? I meant skill 4. Skill 4, -1 is 3 for the Bloodstalker. 2 more for the heat will bring them back up to 5. 6, 7 for range. 8 for his movement. So medium range, 4 dice. Hitting on 4, 5, 6, 7... Hang on. All right. I messed myself up there. All right. 3 or 4 skill, -1 for Bloodstalkers, 3. 4, 5 for heat, 6, 7 for range, 8 for his movement. Yep. So 4 dice hitting on 8s. And just 2. So 2 on the Demolisher, no criticals. His armor is almost gone. Let's see. Star Slayer will fire onto the Demolisher as well. So that's skill 4. 5, 6 for jumping. Range is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's still. So skill 4, 5, 6. 7, 8 for range. 9 for his movement. So 9. Hitting on 9s and medium range, it's 3 sets of dice. Oh, actually, it's more than that because I forgot he's got the. Actually, all right. Skill 4, 5, 6 for overheating. So that's 6, 7, 8 for his jump. 9, 10 for range. 11 for movement. So hitting on 11s. Jeez. Okay. 11's 3 sets of dice. You know what? With that kind of target number, well, he only needs 1 more and his armor is gone. There is potential there to do. Yeah, I'll do it anyway. 11's 4 dice. No, 3 dice. I'm sorry. 3 dice hitting on 11's. We'll see. I've gotten lucky with criticals and stuff this match, so nope, none of them. All right. I was debating whether or not I wanted him not to fire just to let him cool down, but I thought it was worth the risk with only 1 armor left. Okay. Tank Destroyer. He is rear arc to the Demolisher, so that'll be an extra +1 there. Skill 4, nothing for range. 5 for their movement. 6 for partial cover, because it would get defender's advantage there. So 4, 5, 6. And +1 for the rear arc. So 5 sets of dice hitting on 6s. Ooh, that's big. Hitting on 6s, that's going to be 4 hits. And that's gone internal. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's under 4th withdrawal now, and I get to roll another critical. 6 on a vehicle is no critical. Okay, so he lucked out there. But he will be under 4th withdrawal next turn. Let's see. Who is left? I think just the Bulldog. Yep, just the Bulldog is left. So the only one he can fire on is just the Wasp. So it's 4 skill. 5, 6, 7 for the jump. Nothing for range. And short range is going to be 3 sets of dice hitting on 7s. Got all three. Wow, that's big. All right, but yeah, that's he only needed one more hit anyway to destroy the wasp, so the wasp is gone. Um, I marked that the cataphract and the wasp are gone. I do get to roll one more critical on the wasp. Six. Six on a mech is another weapon hit. But yeah, he is destroyed. Oh, the weapon hit was on the cataphract. I thought that was on the wasp. Okay, destroyed. That's it for mine. So firing for them. Cataphract can only hit the banshee, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Because that's going to be like 2/3 cover there for the regent. Um, so cataphract, skill 2. Nothing for range. 3 for his movement. So hitting on 3s, this is going to hurt for the banshee. Short range, no overheats, 4 damage. Hitting on 3s. So anything that doesn't snake eye here. I saw a couple of 1s there. So yeah, all 4 hits on the banshee. Actually, that's the first time the banshee has been hit this match. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Next will be the Panther. Panther will fire onto the Crusader. So that's skill 3, 4, 5 for the jump, 6 for his movement, nothing for range. Short range, rear arc is going to be 3 dice, hitting on, what was it, 6s? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 3 dice hitting on 6s. Pretty good odds here. And yeah, all 3 of them hit on the Crusader. One, two, three. So all of my mechs except the Star Slayer have been damaged. Actually, I probably should have checked that on the card anyway. Can destroy lowest health, lowest TMM, shortest range. So yeah, it would have been the range would have been the difference. I think actually it would have been they're both short range, near. So I guess yeah, it would have been near. So yeah, it would have been the Crusader would have shot it anyway. All right, Wasp. Only one the Wasp can fire on is going to be the Bulldog. So it's skill 3, 4, 5 for jumping, 6 for his movement. Short range. It's going to be 2 damage hitting on, or 2 sets of dice hitting on 6s. And both hit. That's going to destroy the Bulldog. And that was another critical. So roll for their crit. Six. I believe that's going to be no critical on the vehicle. Not that it matters. This is just a temporary unit anyway. But that is going to destroy the Bulldog. So yep, the Wasp took out the Bulldog, and the Bulldog took out him. Sniper. And sniper. Those guys are done. Rifleman is done. So I think the only one that has not fired yet is the Demolisher. And he's going to fire on the lowest health, lowest TMM, and range. Lowest health. 6. Actually, the lowest health is going to be the tank destroyer behind him. And he does have turret. So he can spin around, do 4 damage. Yeah, so he'll fire onto the... yeah, because lowest health is going to be the tank destroyer. So turn around and fire. So skill 4. 3 for the TMM? Yeah. So 7, 8 for partial cover. So 4 dice hitting on 8s. And just 2 of them. 2 onto the tank destroyer. I think that's everyone. Sniper and striker. So they are not doing too good here. 3 of their units down. I'm going to say that is actually enough for 75% of their forces because you have to round up. Basically, that's 66. Well, it says at least 75%. So, no, I don't think they're quite there yet. I think I would have to destroy 1 more unit. Yeah. Cripple destroy at least 75%. And, yeah, that would have to be at least 4 units to get to 80%. So not quite there yet, but I still have the cripple destroy commander unit. They cannot get this anymore because they have more than half their forces are destroyed by turn 3. The only thing that they could potentially do is cripple destroy my commander, or not commander, 75% of my force. That's going to be hard to do though. Yeah, I think they're pretty much at a loss here. I don't think there's a way that they can win any of these objectives. Hold the ground is definitely off the table. They could make them hurt, but that would be a miracle, and they can't lead them to victory because their commander is gone. They actually also get a -2 now on their initiative rolls because their commander is gone. Yeah, oh my god, and they can only take like a total of 3 more damage and they're destroyed completely. So this is going to be big. All right, turn 3, initiative, 5 for me, and they're going to have a -2 here. So they'll also be 5. So we'll roll again. -2, 9. That'll be a 7 for them. Got to be a 7, and I can't use my reroll. 4. Okay, so they have 2 units. I still have no, I have 5, so I have more than double. So I got to move 2. They move 1. I move 3. Actually, I think I got to move 3 first turn, and then 2 second. So, all right, who is left on the field here? Just the. I got to take the wasp off too because he's destroyed. Wasp is off. Oh, I gotta deal cards out here too, so let me shuffle. Let's see. Striker is going to. I'm gonna go on mute for a second here. Sorry about that. Let's see. So I got the cards dealt out here: Sniper and Striker. Um, so I'm going first. So the only units left are the Panther and the Demolisher. So, um, I think I'm going to. Uh, oh, I gotta take the Cataphract off too, because he is also destroyed. Okay. I think I'm going to move the Banshee, and they have a movement of 4 hexes, I believe. Yeah. 4 hexes. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Go face that way. Regent will move up. Let's see. Okay, Regent's going to move up there. Try to keep the Panther within firing arc. All right. Next is going to be, I think, yeah, it's going to be the Demolisher is going to move first. So if first, sprint to 42 inches from all enemies and fewest enemies within line of sight. So he's going to get the heck out. And he's got a movement of 3. Actually, he's under force withdrawal. Yeah. So he's got to move all of his movement anyway to get to the home edge as fast as he can. I don't think he would sprint, though, just because that doesn't give him a chance to fire back. But he's going to move 3 hexes, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. Okay. That's their unit. So now I got to move all of my remainder units before the Panther can move. All right, Star Slayer is going to jump. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Tank Destroyer is going to go. They have 8 hexes they can move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they can actually get to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So basically going around that way. That'll be a 3. And then last is the Crusader. And Crusader, I think, is going to declare the Panthers being their Bloodstalker target now that the Demolisher is out of range. But they're going to move 4 hexes. And they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. I think I'll face this way. Okay, Panther. Jump if highest movement enemy has not yet moved to where woods cover. So he has... What's the highest movement enemy? Highest movement enemy is going to be the tank destroyer. Ground towards highest movement enemy to woods cover for most enemies. Oops. Or lowest health enemy you can get behind. So I think he's going to move behind the lowest health enemy he can get behind. And that would be the Crusader. Because he can't get to the tank destroyer. And they have strong jump jets. So that's going to be 8 hexes that they can jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think he's gonna jump, and he's gonna jump over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. If he jumps to there, it's not... Yeah, I think in order to get the rear arc, I think he would go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Rear arc to there. Jump 4, because he's got the strong jump jets. I think that's it. So I lost initiative, so I'll go first. I'll use BSP and... Oh, if the Star Slayer wasn't between them, I could use my strafing on both of them. But yeah, the Star Slayer would get hit too. And the strafing does what? 2 damage. Target number 7. Is that worth it? I guess it doesn't matter because they both don't have much health left anyway. If I roll badly, I could get a critical or something bad on the Star Slayer. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. And I think I'll use my heavy strike. 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Just saying goodnight. So I think I'll use the heavy airstrike, and I think I'll use it on the Panther. So that's target number 6. Do they have anything to defend with? No, they do not. So I'm just looking for a 6+ to hit the Panther. And, oh, it rolled over 5. Nope, so that's a miss. And there's no deviations, so no risk there. Alright, and the only thing they have left is they have the little long tom, and I think what they're going to do is they're going to try and... Let's see, so if the long tom hits here, it would do 3 damage to that hex and the surrounding hexes, and 1 to the ones around that. I don't think there's a way I can hit both the Banshee and the Regent with the 3 hex. But yeah, I think I'll target it right there. So it could do damage to both the Regent and the Banshee. And the Long Tom is looking for a 9 to hit. And it got it. So that'll be, 3 damage onto the Regent, and then 1 onto the Banshee. Two, 3, 1 onto the Banshee. And that is all of their BSP gone. Okay, oops. I lost initiative, so I will fire first. We'll do Regents can only fire onto the Panther, so that's skill 2, 6 for the jump, 7 for long range, or not long range, sorry, 6, 7, 8 for medium range. So hitting on 8s. Oh no, 9, because he's still got the overheat. So skill 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the jump. 6, 7, 8, 9. So it should be 9s. At medium range, 6 dice, 9s. And, oh, got 4 of them. Yep, so that is more than enough to destroy the Panther, and I get to roll another critical. Uh, 6 is a weapon hit. Onto the Panther. Okay. Panther is destroyed at the end of this turn. That's going to be that objective for 75%, so I'll get that. I'll do that in a second at the end of this turn. Banshee cannot see anyone, so Banshee cannot fire on anyone. Crusader that's rear arc for the Panther, and they don't have any rear firing weapons, so they can't fire. Star Slayer does have rear arc, but I'm not going to fire onto the Panther. He'll fire onto the Demolisher. So he's got skill 4, 5, 6 for heat, nothing for range, 7, 8 for his jump, 9 for the tank's movement. So short range, 3 dice, hitting on 9s. And I got 2 of them, and that'll be enough to destroy the Demolisher as well. And I get to roll another critical. Five, I think, is going to be no critical. No, actually, a fire control hit on the vehicle. Okay. So that is all of their units destroyed. So I think that means I've completely won all of the objectives here, but we're still going to play it out because I can still take some damage here. Star Slayer, Tank Destroyer. It's not worth firing the Tank Destroyer anymore because the Demolisher is destroyed. So we'll just start firing the Panther. The The Panther is going to target highest movement value, highest threat. Highest movement is actually going to be the Star Slayer. And yeah, he's still within his firing arc. So, highest movement. So that's going to be skill 3, 4, 5 for his jump. 8 for his jump. Nothing for range. 8 and its rear arc. So he'll have 3 dice hitting on 8s. And looks like just 2 on the Star Slayer. But that is the Star Slayer damage, so all of my mechs, all of my units here have taken damage. Just armor damage, but that does mean I'm going to have to repair all of them. But they should be all back for the next track, barring any disastrous criticals here. Let's see. Demolisher can destroy. Well, the only unit they can destroy is the tank destroyer. So, and they have turrets, so they can turn and face the turret backwards at them. So that'll be skill 4, 7 for range, or no, 7 for their movement, nothing for range. So I think it's 4 sets of dice at medium, or short range, I mean. 4 dice hitting on 7s. And they need all of them to hit to destroy the team. 4 dice hitting on 7s. And looks like they got 2 of them. Not enough to destroy the tank destroyer, but that is a critical. That is an 8. No, I'm sorry, 9. 9. That's a 9. On a vehicle is a weapon hit. Okay. I think I'll do it. That's everyone firing, and the Demolisher is destroyed. And the Panther is destroyed. Where's Panther? There's the Panther. Okay. So let's go back to the... Oh my God. I just realized this whole time I'd never toggled back over the view. I never toggled the view back over to the Tabletop Simulator. I am so sorry for that. So I just spent this whole last turn, I think, not looking at Tabletop Simulator for you guys. I'm sorry about that. Well, the tank destroyer, or the Demolisher, was right there, and the Panther was there. As you can see, they are destroyed now. Sorry about that. But yeah, let me go back over to the PDF here. Let's see. Cripple destroy at least 75%. I got that. That'll be another 200. I got the cripple destroy 100% of their force. So that'll give me the 750 total victory points. They did not have 50% of the units survive. They did not have their commander, or they did not get 75% of my units, and they did not have their command. So they basically got no victory points there. I got the 750 total, so that's all objectives met. And at scale 2, that is going to be, I think it'll be 500 for the base and let's see, make sure I'm doing this right. Combat pay. It's 500 per scale, so it'll be 1,000 plus 250. Or wait, try to make it successful. Player earns more objective points. Player receives combat pay of 500 per scale, so that's 1,000. Player completes all their objectives, and combat pay is 1.5 times. Rounded up, 750 per scale. So 1.5 times. Sorry about that. Just had to go on mute there for a second. So actually, that'll be 1,500, I believe. Then, so let me go back over to my spreadsheet here. I'll just make a note of that. Combat pay. And that should be 1,500. I had to say goodnight. So, yeah, that'll be all objectives met, and that should be it then. Let me just look at the post-track cleanup reminder here. Combat pay, did that. Pilot wounds death, none of that. Oh, I do have to roll for salvage. 4 plus for mechs and 6 plus for combat vehicles. So let me do this real quick to see what can be salvaged. So I'll roll 4 mechs, looking for 4 pluses, and 6 plus for the Demolisher to see if that can be salvaged. So we'll roll for the Cataphract first, 4 plus.
Detect you when they're gonna tell us when we're 15 minutes away to text you. So you can just probably.
That's good. Now we're going to do the Panther. It's good. Now we're going to do the Wasp. It's good. Rifleman. That's good. And then the Demolisher, this is going to be a 6 plus. And that's good. So yeah, they can all be salvaged. So whether or not I want to take them, they'll pay for the 100% coverage. So basically, I'll get these mechs for free. I just have to repair them, as well as the Demolisher, or if I want to get paid out on them. So that is done. Support repairs, I'll do all that offline. Purchase options. Let me roll after the track here and see if I get anything. Let me go to Estrios here, or not Estrios. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. 1 second. Let's see. Chahar. So roll 2d6 on a 5 plus. There's a single mech for sale. 9 plus. There's 2. I don't think I want to do the refit. So I think I'm just gonna do the roll here to see if I get anything good. So 2d6 on a 5 plus here. Let me go back over my side of the table. 5 plus. And got it. Got 9. So 9 means that there's 2 mechs for sale. So now I roll twice and see what's for sale. First 1d6. 5 And a 5, I'll roll again.
Do you want to get my pancakes?
5 and a 3. That's a hoplite and a rifleman. So I don't know if I'm going to have enough money to buy either of those. I'll do that offline. Let me roll for the next track, though, just so I have this for the audience. You can know what to expect then. So another 1d6. That's a 6. So that is going to be... that is going to be a strike mission. And I'll roll for the map. That's 2d6. Map is going to be a 7, which is going to be shopping district. So I'll have to see what I can do for pulling up maps in here. Again, it's going to be still city-based, but I'll see what I can figure out. So next time it'll be a strike mission on shopping district. And I think that's it for now. So I'll do all of my calculations and stuff offline. And then I'll update the spreadsheet and show that to you guys next time. But I think it's it for now. So yeah, just wanted to thanks again for watching. I hope you were entertained. Sorry about the mistakes. Sorry about looking at the wrong screen for a little bit. I think it was only for that one turn. So I think we're good most of the rest of the video. I'll have to go back in and watch it. But yeah, so I hope you had fun watching this. I hope you enjoy watching it as much as I had fun making this. These battles are probably going to go a little bit longer just because we are at scale 2 now. So there's more mechs involved and more things happening. So, videos might be a little bit longer now, but hopefully try to keep it as close to an hour or under as I can. Alpha Strike is supposed to be played a little bit faster, but again, if you like this, like and subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you liked, anything I can do better, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.